The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day so far. My name is Keith Flynn. I'm Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA Realty, and thank you so much for joining us for another social media webinar. I'm really excited to have you guys on with us this morning. As you can see, we're going to be going through Instagram basics for real estate professionals. So that very much means that if you have downloaded the app, but really haven't jumped into working it or using it or understand it, we're going to cover some of those basics for you today and kind of hopefully get you guys off and running, create some ideas for you, some tips and suggestions. Of course, using the functionality of the app is important because there is a lot to it, and it can be overwhelming at times, which we totally understand. And I have a lot of agents reach out and ask questions about the site or about the app and how to use it. And so we'll cover a lot of that for you, hopefully. And of course, if you have any questions at all while we're rocking and rolling through the slideshow here, there is a chat box or a question box there for you. Jump in there and ask some questions of me. Happy to help out where I can and answer those in a live environment. Is naturally that's why you're here. So it's for help. I'm able to help out in real time, and fortunately not able to be over your shoulder like I was back in the day. But hopefully we will get around the corner here, and we're looking forward to some in-person classes once again back at West USA. Um, like all of our webinars, they are recorded. And so if you happen to have to, if you need to take a call or you need to jump off or not able to stick around for the hour, you can always go to our YouTube channel, visit us at our YouTube channel, West USA Realty. Subscribe, hit that notification button so whenever any of our classes, any of our videos drop onto YouTube, you will not miss any of them. And not just mine, but we've got a lot of awesome educators here at West USA, free CE classes, and that will allow you to obviously grow your knowledge base when it comes to being a real estate agent. And whether you're with West USA or any other brokerage, always excited to have you guys here and get cranking. So with that, we'll jump right into some funky stats, the agenda for today, what we're going to go through real quick. Statistics that are always, impressive. It'll help you out with creating value and why you're going to be a real estate agent or why you're going to be an agent that uses Instagram. Why it's a good fit for real estate agents. Creating an account, personal versus professional. It used to be considered business. Now that they've relabeled it professional. What are the differences and why? What's going to work best for you? Writing a bio, creating a short little bio for your Instagram account. Why that's important to have some good keywords in there. How do we find followers? Who should we follow? What's a good person? Who are some good people to follow as an agent? And then also following our potential clients, past clients, influencers, and so on. Creating some content. What's going to be some great content to create for you guys as agents? Clearly and obviously showcasing any of your listings, homes, decor, interior, you name it. IG stories, Instagram stories. Is it for you? Should it be something you'll be doing? Why would you want to be creating some stories? And what does that look like as an agent? And then Instagram tools and apps, some apps that are complementative of Instagram that you can implement into your marketing strategy. So hopefully that'll work out for you too. So some stats. Instagram, if you were to ask me, hey, I only want to work one social media site, one social media account, what would it be? And I would definitely say Instagram. I use Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I have Twitter, Snapchat, WeChat, UChat. We all chat. Every app that you can think of. There's so many of them out there. But I would say Instagram for me is number one. I like the engagement. I like the use and the intuitiveness of the platform. And then most importantly, too, it's just such a visual platform, too. And so being this in the real estate industry, it's a natural fit. 500 monthly daily users. So 500 million, not 500, 500 million daily users logging on to Instagram multiple times a day to connect with whoever they're following or their businesses. 80% of Instagram users follow a business account. It's a really important one for you guys as real estate agents. I know um, as a consumer, first and foremost, as a audience member, as someone who's following businesses, um, besides family and friends, I'm also following businesses, restaurants, nightlife, retail shops, new products, you name it. There is a lot of opportunity there. And so as a business owner and an entrepreneur like yourself as a real estate agent, you can connect with other businesses in your hyper local niche community so that you have more of a knowledge base when it comes to what's happening, what's great about living in the area, and obviously then connecting your audience with them. 60% of Instagram users first heard about a product on Instagram. Great stat there. A lot of small businesses, e-commerce services, they're all taking to Instagram to not only showcase what their business is about, what their products and services are, but a lot of Instagram users are connecting and learning about products for the first time while they're there. Over 34% of agents are on Instagram or not on Instagram. Only 34% of agents are on Instagram. That number has gone up just a little bit, but still under 50% of active licensed agents in the US are using Instagram. It's insane considering this is one of the most growing and popular social media apps out there, and yet so few agents are using it to build their business and get exposure. So there's a lot of opportunity on there for you guys to differentiate yourself from your competition. A little over 50% or 59%, probably over 60% now of users on Instagram are millennials, the largest first-time home buyer. That's a huge target market for you guys as agents. So this is where they're at. This is where they're consuming content, watching funny little videos, learning about new stuff, connecting with friends and family. And so it's certainly advantageous for you guys to be there. You're obviously see that because you're here today on the webinar. So wanted to reinforce that this is a good time to be on there. It's definitely a good time to pivot if you're not using Instagram. So thank you for checking it out and see what is going to be good for you. IG post with a face, an Instagram post with someone's face in it is 38% more likely to get a like. That means you guys, as real estate agents, your face is your business. This is very, standard for our industry. Since we are a business, I have a personal branding webinar that we do as well to highlight the emphasis of personal branding and putting your best foot forward when you're out there and about meeting people. We're always on, in today's day of social media. It used to be we'd check out and we'd go home, but with social media, we're out there posting, creating content, and so it follows you. That's your digital reputation. And so as an Instagram user, using your face in your branding is important. Being genuine, being authentic, showcasing what it is to be and who you are as an agent. All right, so 10 reasons why real estate agents should be using Instagram. Number one, it's free. It's a free form of advertising. It's a great way for you guys to gain a lot of exposure. Social media in general has leveled the playing field for small business owners. You don't need to have a huge marketing budget anymore. You don't have to spend $5 million on a Super Bowl commercial. You don't have to run print ads or TV offline, outdoor advertising. The great thing about social media is that you can connect with a lot of people at scale that back in the day used to take a lot of money to do. Highly visible for your listing, again, because of the amount of people who are using Instagram and the amount of people that are visiting Instagram. Certainly going to get your client's listing some eyeballs, especially if you work diligently to build your audience. You don't have to compete with Zillow and Realtor.com with this one. As long as you're kicking out consistent content to your Instagram account. Real estate is a local business, and Instagram is a perfect place for marketing a local business. In fact, studies have shown that Instagram has the highest engagement rate of all the platforms in Facebook, including Facebook. And even though Facebook's still number one with the most active users, the engagement seems to be and is gauging and the key performance indicators are showing that people are more engaged, meaning they're interacting with your content over Facebook. So, and as I mentioned, obviously 80% of those users are connecting with businesses. So it's likely that you're going to receive a great deal of interaction when you're using your Instagram account correctly. So the average income is higher for Instagram users. So that's a great qualified buyer right there. Both statistically higher income, higher education. So definitely more affluent and a great place to capture some audience. Almost 40% of Instagram users have a higher level of disposable income. So again, great place to be, good audience to be in front of. Hashtags are your new SEO. When it comes to using hashtags, Instagram is very hashtag driven. This is how people aggregate and filter out the content they're looking for. So if it's hashtag Christmas time or hashtag, neighborhood lights, anyone clicks on that hashtag, it's going to aggregate all the content that has that hashtag in it, and you'll start to see the content relevant to that keyword, to that hashtag. So fantastic way to get your content seen when it's relevant to what you're posting. Obviously, more engagement means higher ranking. Facebook likes that, or Instagram likes that. So the more that you have people engaging with your content, the more Instagram is going to reward you and cast out your content organically and really start putting your content out there to more of your followers and to people who they think would like to engage with your content as well. The goal is to be on that main page of the discovery page. You make it to that main page, you're solid. Free marketing. I mean, this is great for you guys. Of course, I know we're not doing a lot of happy hours, meetups, and open houses quite like we used to. A lot of it is digital now, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel, even though that tunnel still seems a little long. Great place for you to market and share what's happening with your open houses. If you're doing a virtual open house, or you're going to do a virtual open house from home or from their home, great place to announce it and to share with your audience that this is what you're going to be expecting here soon. Um, Instagram's also great for you guys as agents. You look like a pro without having any experience. You're taking some great highly visual photos, high res photos, and showcasing that on your Instagram account. I know a lot of agents sometimes, they're a little bit of a slow time, may only have one listing or two, nothing really popping for them right now. They'll go out and shoot some photos of historical homes, neighborhoods, showcase amenities in the neighborhood, shoot some video with HOA board members talking about what's great to live at Fireside or in Tremonto or wherever you are targeting and farming. Great way for you to still show activity, but yet you don't have to let your audience know that you've only got one or two listings going right now. So still look like a pro, even though you may either have not experience or it's a little slow right now. Show that you're the neighborhood mayor, that you're aware of what's happening in the neighborhood. Small, medium-sized businesses are opening. A great place for you to showcase that you are the agent in the know, and that you have a firm grasp of your neighborhood. Your thumb is on the pulse of what's happening in the neighborhood, and a lot of people are attracted to that. That means that they know that they're going to get the best information from their real estate agent during the buying and selling process. And of course, video, video, video. There are so many video elements to Instagram that are fantastic, whether it's short little animation overlays. Next week, I'm doing a Canva class. Canva has a lot of awesome um, animation things that you would that could create movement on your content. That tells Instagram that animation is a video. Video is much a higher engage, much more engagement for that content. And whether you're comfortable being in front of the camera, no, not everybody is, and I know that there's a lot of apprehension with being in front of the camera. You could still utilize the tools and the technology of video to create a lot of excitement about you as an agent. And you can even just use your voice and do a simple narration, a walk and talk, have you if you were using the video option. All right, so downloading your app from whether Google Play or the Apple Store. Pretty sure that most of you have already downloaded the app, but if you haven't, go ahead and do so. It's simple and easy to do. And when you're choosing your name and you're downloading your app and you're creating your name, one of the easiest things to think about is just when you're selecting your username, throw in realtor in there, or real estate professional. There's no real. You can ask a lot of people, and I've seen it done so many different ways. It's really what you're comfortable with. But I always say that if you're going to have a professional Instagram account, do your best to showcase what you do and why you do it, so that people immediately know when they land on your Instagram account that they know what you are, what you're all about, and where you do it. So having a personal versus professional, really, for most of us, we started with a personal and then we converted to a professional. And the nice thing about Instagram is you can go back and forth. One of the glaring differences, and I'll get down here into the meat on the bone here in a second, um, is you can switch back and forth because each have different features and benefits. And so I know a lot of agents, especially now that you can toggle in between multiple accounts in one app. I know I help out a lot of clients with their Instagram account. And so, I log in, I have access to their account, and I'm able to just switch by tapping on the name at the top. And so you guys as agents can now have a personal, for your personal stuff, mom, dad, cats, dogs, kids, birthdays, whatever. And then they have a professional that just showcases, moving tips, before and after photos, listings, neighborhood branding, personal branding photos, and they like to keep that separate. So it's really up to you. It's what is going to work best for you. There are options for you. I'm not going to steer you in either way, but just something to keep an eye on. One of the things that I love most about having a professional profile, and if you're considering switching to the professional profile, is the insights and the analytics. Now, as you can see here, this is an example of a post that we posted on our West USA Instagram account. And as a admin for the account, once that content is posted there on the far left, there's an arrow pointing where it says View Insights. This is something that you can look forward to when you have a professional account. The insights will tell you who engaged with your content, where they came from. Did they land on your profile, then see the photo, or did they come from a search? How many impressions your content received on that second slide, or the second graphic over right here? They can look and see, hey, 315 accounts were reached with this post. 31% of those people weren't followers. And I think that's a very powerful metric, because you want to go out and capture those 31% that saw your content but decided not to follow you. And if you're looking to grow your followers organically, this is an awesome way to be proactive and do that. Going through your insights, you can see who it reached, how many impressions, how many times it popped up in someone's feed, and then how many people, if you see there on the third one, how many people discovered your content via the hashtag Now, 99 out of 315, that's a pretty solid number right there. That's a great return. Imagine all those folks who are not using hashtags. It makes it hard for your content to be discoverable. So that's why we say hashtags are the new SEO, because that's really going to help you increase the amount of people who see your content. So I know, that's probably one of the biggest rubs that I feel like I should just do a hashtag webinar. Like, what are hashtags? And we'll just hash it out. Bad dad joke there. But when it comes to hashtags, one of the coolest things about them is it really just allows you to grow your audience quickly and for people to discover you. And so using, you know, the sweet spots like 9 to 11, they'll allow up to 30. It's, there's always this back and forth about what's working, what's not. Instagram changes their algorithm, so they're not so much, rewarding you for organic traffic if you have 30 hashtags. But the sweet spot seems to be 9, 10, 11 hashtags that are relevant. Don't drop a hashtag in there for Super Bowl when you're showing a photo of a house, just because it happens to be Super Bowl Sunday. That's going to be a no-no. You don't want to do that. Hijacking a hashtag is not going to get you anywhere, and people will report you for irrelevant hashtags. Hashtags that are relevant, Scottsdale living, Scottsdale nightlife, before and after, front door entries, curb appeals, and then of course making sure that you choose your location when you're doing so as well. And I'll show you more about that. Last one over there on your right is likes. This is a big thing that not a lot of people do. When you have 15, 20s, 25 likes and then some, people like, or they heart, they're clicking on the heart and they're liking your content. Go into those likes and see who they are. And in this case, I looked at on the far right graphic right there of all the people who liked this post. I'm already following, the first handful, but then, whoop, there's one. AZ Wolfie is not following me. So I will be proactive, follow that person, and then DM them, send them a direct message and say, hey, I noticed you liked, generating organic engagement posts from X day. Thank you so much. How did you, discover our content? And or are you a Phoenix resident? Are you in the industry? Are you in real estate? What do you, and engage that person in a conversation, just like you were networking at a meet and greet, at a cocktail hour, whatever the case may be. Open up with an open-ended question and find out, hey, a little bit more about you, and be proactive. Follow them. The goal is to create engagement and get them to follow you back. So be proactive. That's a great little tip for you there. That'll help you start to grow your business. So when it comes to creating your bio, if you haven't already done so, or you download the app and you're going to create your bio, be creative when it comes to creating a really cool bio. Be straightforward with them. Let them know what you do, who you are. This one here is a great example. Brenda has the word realtor in her name. So immediately she's identifying herself as a real estate agent, which is great. People know exactly who you are, what you do. You only have about 150 words when it comes to create. You do have 150 words when it comes to creating a biography for you, or creating a nice little snippet of what you do. You want to make sure to put in some keywords there about where you're at, what you do. She's got a nice little mix of emojis, which are fun. Emojis do index. If someone's ever searching for emojis, there are hashtag and then the shamrock, or hashtag the orange. And all your content in your bio here, it indexes. So if anyone's ever searching for you or looking for content and you have these appropriate hashtags in your bio, or keywords that are rich for searching, people are going to find you, and that's great. That helps with discoverability. As you can see there, she used a professional headshot. Highly recommend that. You guys probably already doing that anyways for your business cards. Headshots are important. If you're not doing them on your business card, you certainly want to do those on your social media. Again, you are your business. Now, if you're part of a team or you've got a logo, that's great. But at the end of the day, whether you use a headshot or a logo, make sure it's high res. Make sure it's, now, granted, I took a screenshot of this, so hers isn't quite high res, but having a clear, distinctive headshot is important because people immediately identify with you, who you are, and then obviously having a bio complement that works as well. Profile photo, I put the metrics in there, or the statistics, the demographic, the dimensions. I'm gonna say all the words that I don't mean to say. 400 by 400 is your dimension for your profile photo. That will help you with creating one, whether you're using Canva or you have access to a graphic designer, those dimensions will help you out in having an awesome one. Of course, make sure you put your website in there. As you can see at the bottom there, Brenda has her website as well. That will allow people to find out more about you. I've seen folks use a link to other social media. Maybe you're using or paying for a premium profile on Zillow or Realtor. Drop that link in there, and you will get more people to discover you and find out where else you're at. Whoop. So just some general tips here, taking away Brenda and just breaking this down, defining what each aspect of the bio is and understanding how it works. So this one just cleans it down for you. This one basically just supports the previous slide, but this is really, again, just breaks down how that bio lives. Your company name, which is your name as a real estate agent, Keith Flynn Realtor, or Keith Flynn Sells Homes, whatever. Keith Sells Homes, I'm sure that's already taken, but whatever your company name looks like to you. Your category, you can choose the category of your business, and then obviously introducing your business and explaining what you do. Just reinforcing why the bio is important. Highlight your city, any facts about you, your hashtags are important as well in there. Sorry, got stuck for a moment. And then, of course, any updates to what's happening with you or fun links, call to actions are awesome. And then the last one there is a suggestion for you, Linktree. I found another one recently, and I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. But Linktree is like a landing page that allows you to optimize your Instagram traffic. At the very bottom, you can add, instead of your website, you can add this link bio. Shorby is another one as well. That'll allow you to, whoops, all right, we're just jumping all over the place. This landing page allows me to link all my other social media properties, and so all my other accounts. So whether it's Twitter, LinkedIn, website, Facebook, and so on. When they click on that link, it takes them to a quick little pop-up page, and they can discover all the other places that I'm at. And so if this is your Zillow account, your Realtor account, maybe your Google reviews. You want to share your reviews with people, especially for you seasoned agents who have a lot of experience and that's doing a lot of work for you. Yeah, Lynn, what slide? You want me to go back to that one and do the general tips that work for you? The Lynn asked if we can go back one slide, so I went back. The links will allow you to add all your other stuff together, and that's a great way for people to learn more about you, since the bio is so small on your Instagram page. Oh, one more back. That one there. All right, and then there's the next one. Yeah, so writing your bio is definitely going to be a big one for you. And of course, your bio is always going to change. Your goals change, your neighborhoods change. If you're targeting somewhere for a month or a certain type of audience member, have fun with it. Showcase your personality. If you're an outdoor person, put a little hiker in there. If you're into sports, you could drop a football in, or you have a favorite team, go Irish at the end. Unfortunately, they didn't make it too far into the playoffs. But at the end of the day, this is a great place for you to showcase your personality and get human with them. All right, Lynn, I'm moving on. You're welcome. All right, so homepage. Here's some other screenshots of other notable influencers on social media that I follow. Being in digital marketing and social media, I follow a lot of other folks who are experts in their field, hyper niche experts, not only just general media and social, or social media in general, put those two backwards, but also then real estate. And so you want to treat your Instagram profile as your homepage. Having a really good bio is important because this will help you attract new followers. And so here's some other examples. And as I mentioned earlier, everyone's going to be different. Everyone uses like different emojis. Everyone has something different to say, whatever their value proposition and whatever their goals are and what they want their audience to know. So bio's all done, right? Bio's good, always working it. Now it's time to find some people, right? How do we find folks on our Instagram? Well, when you're on Instagram, one of the cool things about being on the Instagram is they have a search feature. We all know that little magnifying glass that is the universal symbol for finding folks. But when you're on your Instagram account, and you're on your main feed or your little home, your home house in the corner there, right next to it is the magnifying glass. And when you click on that, it'll obviously show you trending videos that are very popular right now, and it's a mix of posts, reels, IG stories, IGTV, you name it. Obviously, you see some filtrations at the very top there that you can scroll left and go through and see shop, travel, architecture, decor, style. But right above that is a search feature. When you tap on that search feature, this is where you can jump into and search for your friends. Now, when you first create your account, it's going to ask you to sync with your contacts, and then they'll suggest and let you know that your contacts, people that you're friends with on in your phone, or you have their phone number and email address, are showing up as also having an Instagram account, and you can connect with them that way. But if you want to find some people that are unique or in the area, a great play for you guys there is, and once you click on the magnifying glass in the upper corner or upper top part of the app, so you can start to type the word Arizona real estate. And when you do, you can those keywords are people who have like Arizona real estate. Those people. Wow, I spelled real wrong on that screenshot. I'll have to change that one out. Um, when you search and you search for keywords, so whether it's food, shopping, you name it, those keywords that are in people's bios are going to start to show up in the search results for the area. Now, uh, across you hit top, or you can choose accounts. This is going to show you everybody that has the word real estate or Arizona real estate in their bio. And then you could choose tags next, which is going to be your hashtags. So if you're looking for a specific hashtag, find out more about, decluttering a house or before and after photos, remodels, you name it. You could use those hashtags accordingly and then find people in your area. Start to follow that hashtag and, start to engage with those folks if you see someone who has great content, or an awesome opportunity for you to see what other agents are doing, and you can do what we call a life hack. A life hack is to ethically find other people's content, see something that you like, and then replicate that for yourself. After all, when it comes to social media, we're all kind of just repurposing what we see that we like from somebody else and then making it our own. But you are unique and different to the person who you saw it from. So if they're dressed to the nines and they're doing a really cool shot inside a model home and a staged branding photo shoot, you can take that concept, what you like, and do it for yourself. And so that's why I always tell agents, be sure to jump in there and see what other hashtags for Arizona real estate or AZ real estate, what's popping up and what's that yielding. Get an idea of what's happening in the area, what's going on, and then if you see something you like, you can replicate it for yourself. As you can see, when it comes to hashtag Arizona real estate, there's just a ton of folks, doing team shots in the office. Maybe it's a screenshot of their, recent closing, or they created and repurposed a review. They had a 5-star review or a review from another site. I know a lot of agents that, and I talk about this in our Canva class. Using Canva is really cool because you can create a little template and then take a solid line from a review. Keith's great to work with, was well informed, and always was on top of everything. And then showcase that, make a little graphic, and take that and use that on your social media. Bring that Canva creation, push it onto your Instagram, push it onto your Facebook, and you'll see a lot of those in there as well. So that's a really cool one. But if you want to find friends, family, colleagues, influencers using that search feature and start to build your audience, in the beginning you're going to be following more people that are following you, but that's a great way to get discovered. Go around the room, shake hands with people, introduce yourself. This is where they can find you, and the goal is to start building your audience. All right, so how Instagram's algorithm works. Everyone's always asking, man, how does the algorithm work? Why do I have to go on Instagram and engage with people? Why can't I just be a lurker, and look at everyone's content and then just move on? Well, they're not going to look at your stuff if you're just going to move on and not engage with them. And that's why the algorithm is. That's why the algorithm is the way it is. Shows new posts to small number of followers. So Facebook wants to take your post in the beginning, they show it to a small number of followers, and they see what their reaction is, what the audience is going to do, how they're going to engage with it. Now, if they don't engage with it, they move on. The algorithm, Facebook is like, okay, or I'm sorry, Instagram is like, maybe not a piece of content that's really good. Algorithm recognizes how many likes, comments, and shares and saves your content gets, and then the next time you create content, it's evaluating your post, and then it says, okay, that was actually a really good post, lots of engagement, lots of people talking, likes. Now they start to give you a rating. You're qualifying your next content. The next piece you push out is going to do better. So they're going to reward you for great content. They compare your posts with engagement rates, and they're looking to see like how they're doing. And in addition to your content, when people are commenting on your content, it's important for you to go back in and engage with them. Instagram is watching your engagement as well. And if you're somebody who just posts and ghosts, if you're a business that just posts your content and leaves, and then you'll ever come back, that'll actually ding you. It'll actually devalue your content. So next time you push something out, if you have little to no engagement, Instagram is not going to cast your content out more organically for you. So the goal is to not only have great content, high value content, entertaining content, but then also come back and engage those people in a discussion. Instagram shows it to more if better, or less if not. So less people if not. And if it performs good enough, it will be shown on the explore page. And that's the goal we're all trying to get to, is that explore page. I've never gotten there before, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I don't work it as much as I should, but just know that if you are doing it the right way, you can get there. All right, quick drink of water. Okay, creating content. Big question here, right? Get a lot of people ask me this one. Oh man, I don't know what to post. What should I post as an agent? Quotes are really fun. Motivational Mondays. Anything that inspires you. Anything that's relevant to the day of the year. If today's National Sticker Day, and you've got some cool stickers that you place around or put on things, or you create a cool sticker, then do it. Create a quote around it, or create something that's relevant to what's happening today. National Pizza Day, that's a fun one to do. There's a National Day calendar that I subscribe to every morning in my inbox for on my emails. It tells me what tomorrow is. Tomorrow's National Donut Day, and so on. You don't have to do all those days, but have fun with it. That's a nice filler content for you. Lifestyle posts are a big one for sure. Open-ended questions, asking and using those stickers, those on Instagram stories specifically. If you have post a story, ask questions, use those polls. Maybe you do a split screen. There's a couple apps. One that I use for, let me see here. Which one is it? Layout. Instagram has an app called Layout, Layout, by Instagram. You can do split screen, 3 screen, 4 screen collages with your app, or do before and after, or maybe it's two different backsplashes, and you use an open-ended question. Which ones do you guys like? Do you guys like subway tile, or do you like darker look? What do you care for? And that encourages people to engage with your Instagram. Testimonials is a big one. Reviews, testimonials, I mentioned, repurposing your reviews from other sites. Great way to use that content. A little hat tip to thanking the family you just moved into the new neighborhood. It was very nice of Jane and John Smith to share a great review. They were an awesome couple to work with. And then maybe there was a issue they had, or a little problem, and you solved it. Use that paragraph, paraphrase it in your content when posting the review. Behind the scenes is a big one. People love to find out what's going on with real estate agents. Like, what goes into being an agent? You guys have the luxury of being out and about around the city, driving neighborhoods, seeing new growth. Uh, you know, we're very fortunate to have some beautiful days here in Arizona. And behind the scenes, like, what's your day look like? Shoot those photos. Always be curating. ABC instead of always be closing. ABC, always be curating. Snap a photo here and there. Get home, and then do an overlay with it, with your phone number at the bottom. Talk about uh, you're familiar with the south part of Phoenix, and the growth in the area. If you or someone is looking to purchase a home, I can help. Fun facts about the neighborhood, statistics. things in market value, market trends, things that are happening in the area. Uh, what was the most expensive home sold last month in that neighborhood? Maybe you post a cool photo of it and you talk about, hey, if you'd like to find out, if you live in the area and you'd like to find out what your home may be worth for free home evaluation. Branding stories about you, brand stories about your business, video content, as I mentioned, super big play when it comes to creating content. One of the biggest apprehensions that agents have about using social media is being on video. And I totally get it. Not everyone's comfortable being in front of the camera. You don't know what to say. But if you think it out, take your three most common questions that you get as an agent there and how you answer them. There's three posts right there. Number one question I always get is XYZ. And this is what I tell my clients. And you can do a quick little 30 or 60-second video, short form content, which is great content for your social media. Feature your posts, feature your listings. Number one, obviously, that's a no-brainer. In fact, I see a lot of that and then nothing else. So just listed, just sold can get a little boring after a while. Hitting people over the head with the same old just listed, just sold they just keep scrolling on their social media. Drop something in there, it's going to get people to stop and engage with your content. And then, of course, listing photos, a carousel option here. The carousel listing is awesome. Post. When you want to take advantage and make the most of your post, that's a good one. Make the most of your post. Uh, Might be a t-shirt there. Make your post stunning. On your right there, I've got two examples there. Which one do you guys think is more appealing to you? If I'm scrolling through social media, I'm going to guess all you're going to say the one on the left, right? Well, if you notice that the one on the left is a carousel post because just below the graphic or the image, you see those little teeny dots? That indicates that this is a carousel post. There's in this one image, in this one square template, there are 5 or 4 additional photos. And as an agent, you guys know that first impressions are everything. And so if you're showcasing a home, putting in multiple photos in a carousel post will do two things. One, obviously, will educate your audience. But number two, this is called gaming the algorithm. When you have multiple images in one post, people stop and then they'll swipe left to look at the other 4 photos. Now, the algorithm for Instagram, and going back to, what is the algorithm and understanding it, Instagram's AI, its artificial intelligence, is watching how long your audience stops on your content and then spends how much time they spend on your content. And so if I see one photo on the right and I move on, or I stop and I go through the other 4 photos, my time on that post is much larger than the one on the right. So take advantage of those carousels. That'll help. And then when your algorithm, when the algorithm sees that longer engagement, it's telling the AI that, okay, his content's worth stopping on and engaging with, and hopefully elicit a like. At the very least, get the like, come back to your content, click on that 45 right there, and engage those people and see who's following me. Oh, look at 45, 20 of them are not following me. Go follow them and engage them in a conversation. That'll really help you grow grow your audience or organically for sure. So using collages and carousel features is a big plus here. Whether you're doing this on Facebook on your left or whether Instagram on your right, collages and carousels are going to be a big play for you. Again, collage, same effect, multiple photos to look at in one post. It's going to stop me. It's what they call thumb stopping content. It gets me to stop from scrolling and spend a little time. And whether it's 3, 4, 5 extra seconds compared to a single static image, that's going to result in a higher engagement rate for you and help work your algorithm. So just showing you guys again there. We're gaming the algorithm and encouraging engagement is going to be a big plus for you. All right, so Instagram stories. Oh no. What are Instagram stories? Why do we need to use them? What is it all about? So Instagram stories is basically Instagram's answer to Snapchat. Now you guys are probably all aware of Snapchat, posting an image or a video and then it disappears after 24 hours. Well, unless you create highlights, which I'll show you, sharing all your moments throughout the day. I don't say be constant, but be consistent. And so if it's an Instagram story in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, or you want to share a quick little thought if you get off a really good call or conversation with somebody, recap the conversation or how you help someone with a problem. Instagram stories is going to be great for you because um, it helps your organic growth as well, because if you're using Instagram stories in conjunction with your normal news feed posts, you're going to see a better engagement rate and a higher audience engagement and growth than you would if someone who's just using the news feed. So what that means is, um, back here, any single post in your feed stays and lives in your feed, never goes away. Now, I say, the goal, there's a happy little formula of 1 to 2 posts a day, and then on your Instagram stories here, 3 to 4 times a day. Nice mix of the two, really going to help you grow your engagement and your audience and follows on Instagram. So again, Instagram stories deletes after 24 days or 24 hours, but from your app, if you're on your Instagram app and you're hit the home button there, you've got your feed. These are the people you follow. These are the people that you're engaged with or that you're following on Instagram. When you tap on your face or you tap on your little profile photo in the bottom right corner, we should all now see a plus symbol at the very top, whether it's in the middle or the far left. This is really cool because they added this feature not too long ago. You tap on that plus and the create window opens up. Now the create window is going to allow you to, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to go to the next slide. The create window is going to allow you to choose all these different forms of content that you can create. So whether it's a feed post at the top, story, a story highlight, Instagram TV, reel, and then guide. Guide's a new one. Not going to get into that one, but guide's uh, guide really is it's a new way to find what's the word I'm looking for? Guide is a new feature that Instagram recently added for finding things in a neighborhood. Now, it could be a big play for you as real estate agents in a hyper local neighborhood and finding what's around your area. Um, Lynn asks, can you show your IG? Whoop, let's open that up so I can read the whole thing. 1 second here. There we go. All right. Yeah, could you show your IG page and how to add a post to it? Yeah, so I'm going to go through. It's not going to be a live environment, Lynn, but I can't actually show my phone. This WebEx does not play well with live streaming of a phone, but let me see if I can find it here. All right, let me go back. If I get a screenshot of, I apologize for if I trigger anybody's. Okay, here we go. So, all right, I'm going to walk you through this, Lynn. Here we go. All right, so at the bottom of your Instagram app, there's that center plus symbol right in the dead center. That's going to allow you to post to your Instagram. That plus does not move in the bottom corner. And if you click on that little plus symbol, that's only going to allow you to add an Instagram photo or video to your feed. Now, that plus that I talked about in the upper left-hand corner or the very top of your app, that opens all your options to creating content. So simply creating a post, tap on the plus symbol, and then immediately Facebook's going to ask you, do you want to post from your create a new photo, a new post, or if you want to, like as in turn your camera on and take a picture right now, or do you want to use a photo from your camera roll? So you have some options there. Most of the time I take the photo beforehand and then I find something in my camera roll. When you choose a photo from your camera roll, tapping on your photo that you want to do, it'll bring it up into the panel. And when you have the one you like, hit next. But if you want to do a carousel post, before you tap on any of your photos, you're going to click on that plus symbol first. You should see a little square that has multiple squares behind it. You want to find that. It may be in a different spot for most of you guys. Some, if you're using an using a Android or you're using an Apple device, you're gonna look for that little square that has multiple photos behind it, or it's a little icon that indicates multiple photos. When you tap on that, you can select up to 10 photos from your camera roll. I recommend this is how you do it. Take your photos first, choose the 10 that you want, and they'll put them in sequential order, 1 through, 3, 4, 5, whatever you do. Now that you've selected multiple photos, go ahead and hit the next button. Now you've got your photos in a carousel. You can swipe left and see this is the order they're going to appear when you post them to your news feed. Of course, if you want to, then you can choose one photo at a time and then change and use any of their filters. I don't recommend using crazy filters, especially when showcasing a listing. You don't want to augment or change the actual listing too much. Again, first impression, this is a home that someone wants to, they want to know what it actually looks like. So using any of those funny filters may not be the best advice. Good call, because it'll allow you to, it will just, you'll change it, and people, you would want to have the house appear as it is. Now, if it's you or something fun, or not about the house, you can have fun with the filters and change those out. You have your photos all in a row, and you're going to hit next. Now you have the write a caption section. This is where you're going to talk about what it is that we're looking at, or whatever it is you want the people to leave with as once they consume your content. If it's, how often can you imagine yourself waking up to the sound of the running river, as in this gentleman's post here on the right? Or if you're showcasing the amenities of the home, a snippet from the MLS listing, repurposing the content however you feel, drop that into write a caption section. And Lynn, definitely get with me after this, or shoot me an email. I'll email you, and I can walk you through this as well if anyone has any questions. I should do a screen grab of how to post and have that as a video in my presentation. Just thought about that. So great feedback. Write your post and whatever your post says. And then next you have tag people. You should see a tag people just below that. If anyone else is in the photo with you and you know their Instagram handle, tag them in there. Tag your brokerage. Guys, if you tag West USA in your content, I will do my best to repurpose it. Obviously, like it, share on it, help you bump your algorithm up, get your engagement rate up. But then also, too, if you ever tag us, I'd love to, share that in our stories and give you guys a little love. Big play for you right there is add location. You tap on the add location, and then put in maybe like the city or um, the neighborhood, Moon Valley or Norterra, small hyper niche community area. Especially as real estate agents, if you guys are tagging the location, do your best to try to add a generic location, if not a specific location, into all your posts. Because when people are looking for content and they're back at that search screen where they're searching for content, you could choose places. And if I'm a neighborhood expert, if I'm an agent in a neighborhood or an area, and I have my listing is shown and I tag the location, it's going to show up in there. And then obviously my information will be tagged to it, my account, and it will help me get some more exposure as a real estate agent. So I always say, use that location check in a lot, because you will be discovered, whether it's, Cave Creek, Moon Valley, or any like little small area, up here, Sonoran Preserve, if I'm hiking. You as an agent should be out and about, and if you're showcasing a neighborhood or a park or a community play area, make sure you tag your locations, because you're definitively showing your audience then that you are an expert. Here you are there at that location, and now that you have the location checked on Instagram, it'll show up when people are looking at that location too. A fun one I like to do is a hiking trail. You can filter out all the photos of people who've checked in at that hiking trail. So now all I'm doing is looking at people who are on that hiking trail, and seeing those photos. And of course, if you're in there as well, that's great, because people see, oh, hey, they really are a neighborhood expert. Okay, so then next, you can hit your share button, and then I'll go right to your Instagram feed. So I know, kind of flying blind here, I'm not able to show you my phone, but hopefully with that walk you through, then you have a better idea of how to use your account. Now, Instagram stories, one of the cool thing about posting an Instagram story is using all their fun little graphics, their little GIFs, their little stickers. We actually have created not wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. We have 8 stickers that we have that are animated, as you can see there on your screen. The stickers are fun when using these on your Instagram stories. This, again, the stories is the one that disappears after 24 hours, but using the stickers is great for branding. A lot of other companies have little stickers that they do. And when you're posting an Instagram story, you could use those on your content. Now I'm going to hit play here and see. Oh yeah, see they're all animated when they pop up. And I just did a simple search West USA when I create a story. Same concept for you guys. Again, when creating content, click on the plus symbol in the upper left corner or at the very top of your app, and then choose story. Now, whether you take a photo right there from your camera, or if you choose a photo from your camera roll, easy to do. And then at the upper, maybe in the very top, there is a square smiley face. That's where you can search and find stickers. These are where you can ask questions. They've got quizzes, polls, hashtag. There's just a very a mess of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there you can use. All your emojis, smiley faces that you're used to using in your text messages, and then any other animated GIFs like you see mine. Sports, there'll be footballs, there's basketballs, you name it. There's just a lot of little things that you can put on top of your content and really kind of give it some more fun playfulness. And so here's some examples. Um, on the right there, you'll see there's a picture of a looks like like a probably a cabin or a shed, snow. Pop up your search and then find all your Christmas stuff and holiday stuff. Then you can overlay that onto your Instagram story. Same on the left then. For creating a story, this person is obviously having breakfast and they use hashtag on the table, which is a popular one. That's just showcasing like if someone's eating something or they check in at a restaurant. Maybe you visit a great little breakfast place or a brunch place. Order the number one menu item off of the ask the server, what's your number one menu item? Order that one, take a photo of it, uh, check in at your location, tag them in the post, tag the actual Instagram handle of the business in the post, and then give a little as a neighborhood mayor or as a real estate expert in Moon Valley, I like to visit all the breakfast places, and this is their number one menu item, and give it a thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever the case may be. So have fun with that when it comes to creating content. Back to the Instagram story templates that you can find on Canva. Not back to it, but back to Instagram stories and what you can do for your listings. These templates all live on Canva, which is awesome. You guys can, all you have to do is fill in the photo of your listing, maybe change out any of the content as far as the price, the address, any statistics. Obviously, branding your content is important, and putting your information at the bottom, your headshot. I will cover this in my Canva class next week, so a little bit of a teaser for next week. We will go through these templates, and I'll help you guys create some cool templates. Save them in your account, and all you have to do is come back and just swap out the listing, the photo, the details of everything, and then you've got new content for your Facebook and Instagram account. All right, so just some Instagram tips for you. You want to post daily. Definitely want to post daily on your news feed, IG stories. If you really want to grow your organic traffic and your audience, as I mentioned, definitely want to post on your Instagram stories several times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. It's a nice little mix there. Post educational, entertainment, empowering, um, informative type content, little how-tos. Maybe it's you just do a quick little video on how to get pre-qualified. Maybe you have your loan officer on with you, and you guys can do a quick little video about that and really create some content and it educates your audience. And then make sure you're posting daily. Instagram story tips in your news on your feed. Post high value, high quality photos. High res images are really going to be a big play. They're a natural fit considering our industry is so visual, and so Instagram loves high res images. And so make sure that what you're putting out there, as I mentioned on that before and after slide earlier, get good interior shots and a great exterior well lit shot as well. Set yourself up an editorial calendar, number of calendars that you can find on by performing a simple Google search, creating a calendar so that you're consistent. Again, not constant, but consistent, meaning on Monday's the day I do motivational Monday. Wednesday is an open house or a featured listing. Friday maybe is a fun piece or something funny about real estate. Uh, Quick tip for you: anytime you need content, uh, put a dog in there. People love dogs. Anything with a dog in there. My dog, I think he's pretty cute. I'll try to post stuff in there with him as well and have fun with it. There's a lot of fun um, pet photos related to real estate if you just search for some memes or some funny ones. Use some cool apps like Unfold and In Stories. There's so many apps that work with and are complementative for Instagram. Trying those out, seeing which ones work best for you. Be mindful. Some of them do have a cost associated, or there's a free version and then you have to pay for the upgrade. But there's a lot of apps out there that will help boost your productivity and the coolness, the cool factor for your Instagram posts. Instagram story tips, spotlighting is good. Spotlighting a neighborhood, business, nonprofit, charitable organization. I know unemployment went through the roof again last month. It was over 900,000 folks filed for unemployment last month. And so there's a lot of people out there who are in need right now, that are relying on nonprofits, food banks, social services. And so if there's anything you can do to connect or get the word out and showcase one of those businesses or one of those nonprofits in your area, the neighborhood you're farming, again, and a great place for you to be a connector, be the agent in the know, really help people out. Get with a lender, get with a stager, a photographer. What type of photos should people be taking if they're not going to hire a photographer? Maybe you can offer some tips on a photographer, or if you're going to hire a photographer, educate your audience on what they can do to declutter their home, neutralize it, so that when it is time to list, it's people want to live there. They're not just seeing everyone else's memories on the wall. They want to see a neutralized house that they can see themselves living in. Fun one: interview the school principal. What are some of the challenges they're facing right now when it comes to COVID and virtual learning? Crossing guards, haven't really seen much of them, unfortunately, but those are people out there who live in the community and know just as much as anybody else. And so it's and I know I used to have a really cool crossing guard that we saw that lady on that corner for 25 years, and even after I stopped going out to school, we always waved to her. There's people like that in the community, and that could be a really good feel good piece that you guys could do for your content creation. All right. I know I've been chatting up here for a minute. Okay, we are at 11 o'clock on the dot. I'm almost done. Hanging on me, guys. Hashtags, simple keyword or keyword phrases that help you spell out, spelled out spelled without spaces after the pound symbol will be a hashtag, and you can see the simple searches there and find other content. And again, this is a great way to find out what other content out there is being pushed on social media, and see something you like and then replicate it. Do it for yourself, but make it niched and hyper local for your neighborhood. Here's some apps that I talked about. Canva, number one, again, widely adopted by the real estate industry and also small business owners, entrepreneurs who don't have a budget for creation. I'm self-taught with a lot of the things that I like to do, and so Canva, I have found to offer the most amount of free access and content before needing to subscribe or paying for their pro plan, which is, I think, $10 a month if you do the annual rate. $10 a month is nothing to get the quality of the content that you can create out of their app. So awesome choice if you do go that route. Number one video app for Instagram right now, InShot. You can shoot your video on your phone, bring it into the InShot app, clip out your segments, stitch together a really cool video under 60 seconds. Great value propositions. Add some overlays at the bottom. You reach my website at www. Whatever the case may be. Number one scheduling app for Instagram is Plan. Plan is a third-party app. Once it's tied to your Instagram, people use it to create that editorial calendar and kind of map out what they want to post on their grid on their Instagram, and move content around so it hits on certain days, and helps you kind of keep your sanity when it comes to content creation. Plan's a good one to use once you consider yourself up there as a power user. You're putting content on a daily basis. It really will help out a lot. But you don't need to go there until you get yourself to that level. Then number one for analytics, if you're looking for really popular keywords or hashtags, Iconosquare is a great app to use to research trending hashtags to add to your content as well. One cool thing that Instagram recently did that they announced at the end of last year, it was just the end of November. Instagram now is allowing keyword searching in the content. Before, back at that search tab, let me show you guys real quick here. Whoops. Back at that search tab, right there, at the very top where it says hashtag Motivational Monday, or if you're searching for content or you're looking for a person or places, when you would perform that search, the content would only appear, or the search result was based on the name, the profile name, the hashtags, and locations. That was it. But now Instagram is going to start searching content, all the content, all the text, the copy that lives with the photo. So when you're creating your posts, make sure that you're using keywords that are relevant to you as a real estate agent and your industry, because that's going to start indexing. And so that's an awesome news. It's awesome news to hear, because it's going to make a lot of content, your actual posts, more discoverable. They're going to start showing up in those search results, when before it was just profiles, hashtags, and locations. So if you're going to be talking about a home, make sure you put in Scottsdale or North Scottsdale, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 4-bedroom, 2-bath, or whatever the case may be. And then any keywords that are relevant to the neighborhood, street address, things of that nature, they will all start showing up when people are searching for content. So something to keep an eye on. Social media is always changing. There's always something new about it. That's why we do what we do. It keeps me in business, keeps me going with you guys, helping you out as real estate agents. It's important for me to stay aware of what's happening in the community. And if I've given you guys any value at all, I certainly appreciate you taking the time today to listen to me rant about social media. The great thing about Instagram is it's definitely the one to be on right now, especially for targeting millennials. And of course, I'm on there as well. So find me at Keith Flynn. Love a follow from you. I will follow you back, and of course, do my best to engage with you and your content. I'd love to see what you guys are putting out there. I know it inspires me, and hopefully I can inspire you. So join me next week, 10 a.m. Thursday. We'll be doing Canva. Fun one to pivot to if we want to talk about content creation. Of course, you can find this webinar on our YouTube channel and all of our past ones as well. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, because I do like those, you can email me. I'm Keith, Keith, at westusa.com. Love to hear from you. As always, have a great day. Be kind to one another. Be safe. And we will see you next week.